Hello, I'm Professor Mario Horta. This is our coach, Travis Bussey, and we're with Jiu-Jitsu. This is move number 2 out of a series of hopefully 100 on trying to get your blue belt or trying to achieve your blue belt. What we're going to do is a standing or a top mount Kimura, and there's a few different variations out there. I'm going to show you a couple different variations, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so I'm in top mount position. And one of the things I'm going to do is, let's say I'm in the cage and I'm fighting, or I've just got to the point where this guy's reaching up and he's trying to protect himself, protect his head. What I want to do is I want to place both my hands on the mat with my elbows against his traps. When I do that, I'm going to hop up into kind of a high mount position, really pushing my elbows into his traps from this position here. What I'm going to do from there is I'm going to leave one of my elbows down, and then I'm going to pop this other leg up. So I'm in a pretty steady position right here. And then what I'm going to do is, once I'm getting ready to pop up, my right hand is going to come down and almost T-Rex or push his face or frame his face into here like this. Once I've framed his face, I'm actually going to take a step forward and I'm going to trap. And I'm going to put all my weight between my rib and my thigh here like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to put it on Travis's face. When I do that, typically the guy will still be fighting with me here. I'm going to take my elbow and I'm going to shin press with my foot on one side and my knee on the other side. I'll go back and then I'll re-solidify my grip. I'll grab the elbow here and I call it pulling it out of your holster. I pull it here and then I reach back and I grab the wrist here. And then all it does is I take my face and I tighten this to my body, and then you should get a tap right away. Even if the guy has really flexible shoulders, you should easily get a tap. Once again, the guy reaches up, he grabs me here. I get my elbows digging in, I hop up. I may need to hop up a second time, like this. And then while I'm still in this planted position, I'm going to put my foot up. While I do that, my right, I'm going to T-Rex or frame his face. I'm going to push it to the mat here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to break. When I do that, I'm going to take a lunge forward here. My left hand will replace my right hand. And then typically this will still be up. I'll take my elbow and I'll slide it down my thigh, and I'll shin press his arm here. And notice my elbow is still holding in his arm here if it happens to get a little bit loose. I'll re-solidify my trap here, and then I'll slide my elbow up. I'll reach by the elbow and pull it out like a sling. Reach back for the wrist here, and then I'll get the tap. Now, a lot of times when I go to the shoulder press, or the shin press, a lot of guys say, well, what happens when they buck you? So if I've got this nice and trapped, if Travis decides to bridge my hands just go out here, and he can't really do anything because I've got it still trapped. So I want to be able to do this, and then what I'll do is I'll launch myself back up, and I'll immediately grab this. One last version that I've seen that you can do that I don't see is quite as successful, but it does work. When the guy's in here, I still like to push this in here. I'll trap, I'll bring this up in here, and then I'll push the face down, but I'm not going to trap this here. Now, as I do this, I want to sit forward and try to isolate, and then sit back on the guy here. The only problem with this particular version is that I still leave this arm open, and he can still reach up, he can use it to bridge, or he can use it to shrimp out. So I really feel more confident with trying to press this down, and I want one knee on one side. Now, it doesn't mean he still can't bridge, but when he does, he has a lot less of a potentiality of throwing me in one direction or another. And if he does, I have this arm trapped and I have this arm trapped. So it leaves both of my hands able to stop. And then it also leaves my elbow against my thigh here so that he can't get his arm out. So I can return back and immediately go up and go for the Kimura. I'm Professor Mario Horta. This is our coach, Travis Bussey. And I hope you enjoyed that move. Thank you.